The Ford Bronco Sport just got even more exciting. Let's roll. Okay, let's talk about this. I love this thing, and today I'm going to show you why. But before I do that, special thanks goes to Ford Canada because they sent us down to the US to take this bad boy into an off-road area. It was fun from day one. I absolutely love when they do stuff like that because we get to really experience a vehicle like this in a place where it deserves to be and where you can test it out. We're down in Tennessee where even you as an owner can do that experience. It's called the Bronco Off-Rodeo and it's awesome. So if you buy one of these or the Bronco, the full size, guess what? You can do it too. Just look it up online. I'll put the link in the description below because I'm telling you, it was an awesome experience. My second time going down there, first one was with the full Bronco, amazing time. We were able to actually put that thing through some nasty roads and climb the mountains. It was awesome. And then the second time we did this, the Bronco Sport with a Sasquatch package. Again, an amazing time. But let's get back to this. What do we have in here? Well, for 2026, there's some new things for the Bronco Sport added to the inside. And you have the Outer Banks and the Badlands that now come with, as an option, Sasquatch package, which offers you a whole lot more things for off-roading. So let's talk about this one. The one that we have for today's video is the Badland Sasquatch. Let's begin first with the front end, which in my opinion is kind of like the most aggressive angle of this vehicle. First up, you can easily see the bar at the front, which can have multiple functions. One of them, you can essentially tie anything to that. Maybe you put something at the top of the roof and you need to tie it at the front, you can make use of it. It also gives you extra protection. So it has multiple ways of using it. That's the whole point. And then we have, this time, a full metal, in this case is aluminum, front bumper, which continues all the way with the skid plate. This is all metal. And what they have also included in it, which I was very shocked, parking sensors embedded into the actual bumper. I love that. At the front, we've got the Bronco badge that in white really pops. We've got the LED headlights and daylight running lights with the little Bronco horse on the side. This is kind of like the mini version of the full-size Bronco. I love this. And then we have the bumper, which is slightly different to the other models and trims, and it comes with fog lights. But what's important is what it offers underneath. The protection that this offers is amazing if you want to take it off-road. Again, you got to be careful because just because this has that package doesn't mean that you have to go insane and just go over giant rocks and damage the vehicle. You need to know how to drive this thing. And that was the whole point of that experience. So you get to learn more about your vehicle. Now, moving on to the side. With this package, they've included the Sasquatch decals. One is located at the front, and then there is the one on the side. Absolutely love that. Next thing, we've got the fender protected with this beautiful rugged design, and we've got 17-inch wheels wrapped around with Goodyear. These ones are the Territory all-terrain 29-inch, and you need these bad boys. And the thing you notice is the vehicle is also lifted because the suspension is different. The shocks, the actual spring, they're changed to make the vehicle ready for off-roading. I love what they've done, and I absolutely love these wheels. Next thing you notice is on the side, it has these little hooks, which you can make use of it up to 150 pounds. So let's say you put something at the top, you need to tie on the side. Guess what? You got that option right here. Love that. And it's on both sides, not just on this side. Next thing, it's got the badge over here. It says Badlands with Sasquatch. So you know this is the Badland Sasquatch. It has the Sasquatch trim, plus you can see the decals. Next, We've got the side skirt, which is more aggressive. And then moving on to the back side, we've got the painted in black door handles, the roof at the top, tinted windows. Again, you can see the decal on the side over here. I love that little add-on. It is an accessory. The vehicle is also equipped with mud flaps as well, because if you're going off-roading, you're going to protect certain areas. Same thing with the wheels in the back, similar to the front. Now, I like the tremor. You don't get the valve portion painted because these are different wheels. This is where it gets even more interesting. What you've seen here, well, this giant piece of metal with the recovery hooks. Absolutely love that. So we've got two in here. You can really tell that Ford has been thinking out the box in this way. They're trying to give you as much potential for off-roading and protection at the same time, because you get stuck somewhere, or if you need to tow someone, if you're a group of people going off-roading, this thing is going to come in real handy. It does come with the tow hook as well as a package, and the entire piece all the way made out of aluminum. Perfect protection for the rear side. Now, I don't see a protection for the actual drivetrain axle in the back. It doesn't seem to be there. I'm assuming that's because they're not really worried that you're going to go that deep with this vehicle or scratch it, or the articulation is going to help and protect that bottom part, potentially. Next thing you notice, there's no Badlands package here. There's no Outer Banks or Badlands or Sasquatch on this side. Super clean, just Bronco Sports. And it does come with a split tailgate. So you got the window at the top. I love that. Very few vehicles for this size offer that. I love what Ford has done with this. And then we've got a manual tailgate. Now, what you see in here is a great design. This is entire flat. And what that means, you might not think about it, but let me explain that. This gives you amazing cargo space, because if the tailgate is curved or smaller, you get less space, because the way the design in some vehicle is, it just doesn't give you the most cargo space. Now, if you look at this bad boy here, smaller on the outside, bigger on the inside. Look at how much cargo space. You'd think that this gave you half of this, but it's not. It's actually a lot more compared to other vehicles of this size. And next thing, this. Take a look at this bad boy. This is your table. This is your everything. And if you look carefully, it has these little legs on the side. Well, I wouldn't say little or small. It's like pretty big, in fact. And what you can do is you slide it all the way in, and you can turn this. Let me show you that. Check this out. That's your table. That's literally your table. And that is impressive. Maximum weight, 30 pounds. I don't know what else you're going to put on top of it. Although I did make a mistake. I put my case on it, which is slightly heavier than 30 pounds, and it still was able to keep it up. But what it does, which I want to show it to you closely, what they have done so that you don't confuse the sides, it says left side, right side. So you know how to slide this thing in. On top of that, it has the locks. So you know that you can lock it in so it doesn't shake, it doesn't make noise. This is brilliant engineering, in my opinion. And there you go. Once you're done, you can slide it back in and lock it. And it's two. If you look at it, there's like two floors in here. You've got the top side, you've got the bottom side, and you can make use of it. And you have a spare tire underneath here. Now, let's talk about the spare tire. Most vehicles, like the Tremor Expedition that we reviewed recently, it's underneath. This one has it at the top. Now, why is that important? It gives you better departure angle. There's less obstacles underneath, so there's more space, so you don't scratch the rear end of the vehicle. Very important. I've gone off-roading. The little inches matter. Next thing, this comes with light. Similar to what we saw in the Expedition, this has the lights at the top. Guess what? At nighttime, too dark, you can turn them on. There's a button on the side. You can move them. It's perfect. Okay, jumping into the second row. Here's what it comes with. First, you got these pockets on the back of the seats. You can hide things or store things with a zipper, and you can lock it and you're good to go, so your kids don't play around. Love that. Next thing, it's got this beautiful interior with the yellow stitching around it, the logo on the actual seat in yellow, like multicolors. I love the little details. But my camera guy and I noticed something. It doesn't have floor mats, but it has this floor liner all the way around. It feels like you can actually wash it or maybe hose it down or something. I don't know if you should do that, but it doesn't have mats. But it reminds me a bit of that Land Rover Defender, where you can just wash the interior with a hose, like literally spray water in there. Like, well, I mean interior, I don't mean the seats and all that. I mean like the floor, in case if it's muddy or anything like that. I think it might be the case here. Couldn't find anything online, but it seems like the case. Next thing, you've got an armrest in the center with 2 cup holders. There are no heated seats in the back, unfortunately. There's no panoramic roof this package. You only get 2 USB-C ports and 110 volts that you can make use of it, plus 2 air vents, and that's about it. Jumping into the front, here's what you have. A new screen in here, digital screen on that side. Let's start it up with the start button. This thing has come a long way since the first model when it came out. I love it. You've got a beautiful steering wheel in this case. You can adjust it manually. On the steering wheel, we have a bunch of buttons, and we'll talk about it one by one. First thing is got you for your menu, your seeker, and then on the left side, your volume. You can set the cruise control, plus you can set 1 pedal drive. We'll talk about that because it's an awesome feature that we tried during the Bronco off-rodeo. Loved it. Behind it, we've got some pedal shifters that you can use in manual mode. Love that as well. Let's move on to the screen here. Let's talk about what this offers. It is touchscreen. I believe this is a 10.5 or 11 inch. It's a big screen, heated seats in the front with 3 levels in this case. There's also automatic ones where it detects the temperature on the outside and will turn it off, turn it on. We've got heated steering wheel, of course, which is nice. There's the climate unit control here. You can control the position of the air blow and all that. The air vents, in this case, like where you want the air to blow the most. We got a air conditioner and all that. That's good to go on that side. Moving on to the main menu. We've got some features here that come with this for towing. Driver assistant package as well. Going back to the main menu, we've got the settings. Now, this is not the same as the one in the Expedition. It's not the same software. I think this hasn't received the full update because the one in the Expedition was more Android-based. This feels like a Ford-based. Built-in apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. There is a 360 camera with this package, which is amazing. You've got a bunch of settings here in case if you want to do it for towing. And fisheye design at the back. In fact, you can see the bumper in it. Pretty awesome. On top of that, if you do a different driving mode, like let's do off-road, here's what happens. The camera. This camera is superb because if you do that, the tire marks, they follow the line that you want. So you know what's in front of you by having this camera. And it does it automatically once you switch the driving mode. And we tested this out. It was fantastic. It was on the entire time. And it's so helpful if you can't see in front of you. Because if you can't see in front of you, what happens? Well, you're going to damage the vehicle. And you're going to get stuck somewhere. And that's the first priority when you go off-roading. You need to be able to see what's in front of you. If you can't see through the glass, well, you've got this massive, massive help. Another thing is that it comes with 2 more USB-C ports in here, plus extra space. Now, I love these. You know why? When I had my GoPros, I was able to charge them from here. So I would put them right in there, let them sit charged, use the other ones while these were charging. Very handy, especially for phones as well. Plus, you get some extra space. You can put your sunglasses or anything else like coins or whatever you want to make use of this place. We have normal, we have slippery, we have eco, sport, off-road, I kept it mostly in this, and rally. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun using that mode because the engine really feels faster. You've got the traction control off as well. And then we have rock crawl, which this thing is superb. It did such an amazing job around there for the size of the vehicle. Let's not forget, this is not your standard full-size Bronco. And I love that. And you can see how the layout changes. It shows you the Bronco in different terrain so that you get an idea what it is. If you're going off-roading, you're not doing rock rolling, keep it on off-road because this thing does an amazing job just the way it is. Now, the one pedal drive, you can turn it on in there and you can set it and basically put into drive, turn off, and there you go. Parking brake is on. So you can change the speed. You can see it in there. And that's your one pedal drive. And basically does the job for you when you go downhill. That's the whole point of this. And even if it's a normal trail that you don't want to drive, let the car do the job. It will do it for you. Next question. How much are you going to pay for this? What engines are available? Well, let's find out. Okay, let's talk about this beauty. Under the hood, 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, 250 horsepower. It's punchy. 8-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive system. It's got a twin clutch drive unit in the back. It's pretty loaded for off-roading. Suspension is tuned differently. It's raised, so you feel a little bit higher off the ground, but you also notice a bit of a road noise because of those tires. It's right away. But what else can you get? Let's put it this way. Price. In Canada, this starts at about $42,000 all the way to $47,000. Now you can get the Sasquatch trim only on the package on 2 trims, the Outer Banks and the Badlands, which is the one that we have for today's video. And that essentially gives you the option to purchase Sasquatch in the US, $3,500 US, in Canada about $4,500, which almost $5,000 actually. There's nothing out there that compares to this car. Let me explain that. Price, US, $38,000. With the Outer Banks, it's about $42,000 for the Badlands, which the Sasquatch package only comes with those 2 trims. So if you want it, those are the only ones you can pick. There is nothing in the market that compares to this. Nothing I can think of it that can come close to this kind of package with what Ford can offer with the Ford Bronco Sport. Hence why this thing is so freaking popular. It's capable, but it has its limitations. But as a package, everything perfect. Absolutely love this little SUV.